welcome to Sacred Heart Track. Today we celebrate the great accomplishments of the class of 2021. In the past 4 years, this class has amassed a record of 48 wins and 10 losses, with a winning percentage of 83%. In 2018, this class was integral part of SHP's first ever WCAL championship. Over its 4 years at SHP, the 2021 class has made it to the finals of the WCAL tournament every single year. 6 players from the class of 2021 will play Division I lacrosse in college, which is the most ever by a senior class at SHP. The 2021 class has an equally impressive track record off the field, with an average GPA of 3.9. We will announce the players in numerical order, and they will walk to midfield with their parents and siblings for a photo. Starting us off, number 4, midfield, Connor Fitzpatrick. Connor is joined by his parents, Thomas and Renee. Connor rejoined the program on varsity this year after playing his freshman year. Connor will attend UC Berkeley next year. Number 5, attack, Matthew Kim. Matthew is joined by his parents, David and Christina. Matthew is the quote-unquote CMO of the team, with 5 career goals and 1 assist, with 2 goals versus Mitty and Sacred Heart Cathedral. Matthew will attend UCLA next year. Number 6, attack, Billy Barnes. Billy is joined by his parents Tom and Deb, his sister Laura, and brothers John and Tommy. Billy is a 2-time captain of the team. Billy has 86 career goals and 138 points and 9th on the all-time list. He leaves SHP holding the record for goals in a game with 9 and is tied for record for points in a game with 12. He will attend Princeton next year where he will play lacrosse. Number 7, defense, Cav Williams. Cav is joined by his mom, Francois. Cav is tied for first with goals at the defenseman with 6. Cav is a co-captain of the team this season. He will attend Georgetown next year where he will also play lacrosse. Number 8, midfield, William Van Dyke. William is joined by his parents, Bill and Allison. William has played a great job at the face-off circle, as well as had offensive punch with 2 goals and 2 assists this year. William will attend Georgetown next year. Number 10, defense, John Carter. John is joined by his parents, Scott and Ann. John is a 2-time captain of the team. John's 2 goals and 3 assists this season place him 3rd in points in a season as a defender. John will attend Vanderbilt next year. Number 13, midfield, Beck Anderson. Beck is joined by his parents, Mike and Vanessa, and his sister, McKee. Beck is a co-captain of the team this season and is a senior class president. Beck is incredible in transition and has 2 goals and 11 assists over his career. Beck will attend Duke, where he will also play lacrosse. Attack, Sean Liss. Sean is joined by his parents, Bill and Kristen, and his brothers, Connor and Damon. Sean has 6 goals and 1 assist, including a hat trick this year versus Sarah. Sean will attend SMU next year. Number 18, defense, Paul Barton. Paul is joined by his parents, Harris and Meg, and his sister Ellie and his brother Jack. Paul is tied for first with goals as a defender with 6. Paul is also the co-captain of the team this year and will attend UNC next year where he will play lacrosse. Number 19, defense, Ryan McJanet. Ryan is joined by his parents, Dave and Melissa. Ryan is a great team defender and an all-around ground ball machine with assists versus Mitty and Sacred Heart Cathedral. Ryan will attend Notre Dame next year. Number 20, midfield, Ben Ramsey. Ben is joined by his parents, Adam and Rachel. Ben is a 2-time captain of the team. He has 128 career points and is 11th on the SHP all-time list. He has 12 career hat tricks with 7 goals in a game as a freshman. He will attend Notre Dame next year where he will also play lacrosse. Number 22, midfield, Will Garlinghouse. Will is joined by his parents, Brad and Kristen. Will has 22 goals and 3 assists, including a hat trick versus Sarah. Will is attending Princeton next year where he will play water polo. Number 3, goalie Brody Tawil. Brody is joined by his parents, Kevin and Deborah. Brody's career win-loss record of 10-2 ranks him among the highest percentage wins in SHP history at 83%. Brody will attend Duke next year where he'll play lacrosse. Thank you, seniors and a class of 2021 for 4 great years. Let's put our hands together for the class.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Palatella Field today for this battle between the Sacred Heart Gators and the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs. Sacred Heart comes in with a 12-3 record and will be playing the Monarchs with a 1-7 record. These two coaches, Chris Fratelli for Sacred Heart and Mike Faby for Mitty, know each other very well. They go back a long way together and coach together in a club program called Advance. Facing off for Sacred Heart, number 8, William Van Dyke. We don't have a roster for Mitty today, so we'll be calling out numbers. Van Dyke gets the early draw, but checked away. Max Sloat comes up and picks it up for Sacred Heart. Passes it to Barnes to John Carter. John, quickly in traffic, throws a stick fake, and looks like they're going to settle it down, get their subs in, and run their offense. So the midfield line for Sacred Heart, number 30, Will Irvin. Number 21, Eric Baller, who's moved up from attack. And number 25, Ian Dykes. It's Kai Lockton with the ball, gives it to Barnes, out to Irvin. Actually, we've just been notified number 30 is actually Blake Hetherington today. Looks like he switched jerseys. He's normally number 1. Checked away, turnover. Mitty comes up with the ball, setting up their clear. Sacred Heart's playing a soft ride where generally they lay back a little bit, trying to clog up the middle of the field. It's a good pass by Mitty, just couldn't get handled. Picked up by Cav Williams, number 7, a senior for Sacred Heart. Throws it upfield to Max Sloat, a junior, heading off to Duke next in a year to play. He sets the box, which means he touched the ball into, past the 30-yard line, and then inside the black lines on the side. That's the restraining box. And you have 10 seconds to touch it in there after you cross the midfield line. So it's called setting the box. And here's Hetherington with the ball, dodging down the alley. Hits Kai Lockton behind, over to Barnes. Out to Ian Dykes, who's going to dodge from the wing. Gets his hands free. Shot blocked by number 2. Looks like he took it right in the chest. The Mitty player, nice play. He shakes it off. Max Sloat setting up on the wing. It's going to take it behind. I think Sacred Heart likes this matchup. It's an attackman, Sacred Heart's leading scorer, covered by a short stick. This is usually a pretty good matchup. Good feed and a goal by number 12, Kai Lockton. Goal by number 12, Kai Lockton. Assist by number 15, Max Sloat. So we're going to see the replay. Again, this is the matchup they like. Sloat keeps his head up. You can see makes a good cross-court pass. And Kai Lockton one cradle and puts it in the back of the net. The Sacred Heart attack has been very potent this year between Max Sloat, who made that pass, Kai Lockton, who made that score, and 21 Eric Baller, who's actually been moved to midfield for this game, but 3 of the leading scorers on the team. Van Dyke comes up with the face-off again. He hits Billy Barnes on the point. And Lockton returns the favor to Max Sloat. So that's Kai Lockton over to Max Sloat to make it 2-0. Sacred Heart goal by number 15, Max Sloat. Assist by number 12, Kai Lockton. Again, just the importance of face-offs in lacrosse is so important. And you got Billy Barnes there with the hockey assist over to Kai Lockton, who feeds across to Max Sloat, making it 2-0. Back to the face-off circle. William Van Dyke's doing face-offs for Sacred Heart. This is really his first year focusing on it, and he's given Sacred Heart some incredible consistency there and some great results. Ben Ramsey, who was taking face-offs earlier in the season for Sacred Heart, got injured, and the Sacred Heart needed someone to step up, and William Van Dyke has done a great job of it. Has a little trouble picking that one up. He scoops it out of bounds, so this will be Mitty ball. So number 4 for Mitty is going to try to, I think he wisely passed back. He looked forward and saw 2 Sacred Heart defenders right in front of him. So now Mitty has 20 seconds to clear the ball. Falls down, picks it up, very close to being offsides, but they didn't call it. 7 just went in, touched the box. Defended by number 31, Graham Kasner. Number 7's in trouble there. Checked by John Carter, takes it away. J.P. Underwood with the ground ball. He's got his head up. He's got a couple players open up field. And there's Kasner with the ball, trying to stay in bounds, and the ref said he stepped out of bounds. So Monarchs will take over at midfield, down 2-0, 8:31 left in the first quarter. He's going to try to set the box here. Again, 10 seconds to do that, and they do. You'll see the ref put his hand up in the air and then down. That's the signal that they're in. J.P. Underwood on the ball. Now Ryan McJanet playing D. And Ryan does a good job there keeping his stick in the passing lane. He knocks that ball. He deflected. It went out of bounds, so Mitty will take over. But that's what you want as a defender. You want your stick either on the player's hands poking or up in the passing lane to knock it down. And Ryan deflected that one. Picked up here by Kasner. Looking up, he's a freshman, has done a really nice job. Former defenseman who switched to short stick D Mitty this year. Done a really nice job. John Carter looks across to Paul Barton. Paul makes the catch. Over to Eric Baller, who is attacking. Kai Lockton to Barnes. Barnes saved by the goalie. And we're chasing it out. That's Beck Anderson for Sacred Heart, chasing it. This will be an interesting call, whether it's a... Okay, they're calling it off on Mitty. This will be Will Garlinghouse for Sacred Heart starting with the ball, a name we haven't called yet today. He passes it to Billy Barnes, up to Sloat, who looks like he's inverting, normally an attackman. He's playing looks like he came out of the box and is dodging. Save, second save for the Monarchs. They will try to clear. Again, Sacred Heart setting up in a softer zone here. Oops. Ground ball by John Carter on the missed clear. He looks up to Sloat. Again, I think Sacred Heart's got a lot of players who can play many positions here. Checked away by Mitty. Barnes comes up with the ground ball. Looks over to Baller. I think they're going to get set up. Looks like they've got the offensive players in they want. So no substitutions. Setting up with 3 players up top on offense. Usually from this position they dodge down the wing. Here's Will Garlinghouse coming across the middle, hits Barnes on the wing. Billy dodges, turns back to the inside. Wants to get to his free hand and does, and scores. Sacred Heart goal by number 6, Billy Barnes. So we'll see here. Barnes, he really wants, what you want to do as officers, get to the middle of the field. The goal gets much bigger as you get to the middle of the field. So Billy, he's a lefty, but he wanted to get to his right so he could see the full 6x6 of the goal and put it right by the goalie's shoulder. 3-0, Sacred Heart, 6:23 to go in the first. Back to the face-off circle. So far in face-offs, it's 2 for Sacred Heart to 1 for Mitty. So Sacred Heart won the draw, but they called Sacred Heart for stepping on the Mitty player's cross or stick. So it's 2-2. In face-offs, now they called over and back. I don't believe that's the right call. You don't get called over and back unless you've touched in the box, and I think they might correct this call here. Hold on one second. Yeah, wait. That's what the whistle's for. Listen, hold on. Yeah, I think they recognized that was the.
There you go, Harris. There you go.
Refs made they corrected the call, which I'm glad to see. It was you don't get over and back until you touch it in the box, and so Mitty ball, aggressive on-ball defense by Cav Williams. Might call a loose ball push, and they do. Loose ball push, you cannot push a player from behind, and so they called that a loose ball push, but no penalty flag because the ball was loose. If the offensive player had the ball in his stick, that would have been a penalty, and Sacred Heart would be man down. But since the ball was loose, they just called that a possession. Here's Ryan McJanet bringing it up. Hits John Carter. Oh, quickly over to Billy Barnes, who's going to go on the attack here. Barnes to Sloat. Sloat shoots and scores. Sacred Heart goal by number 15, Max Sloat, his second of the day. Assist by number 6, Billy Barnes. So all starts with a good defensive play. John Carter hits Billy on the point, and Max Sloat is not going to miss very often from that angle. He's in his left hand, which is his strong hand, and had a really good look at the goal. Nice shot. Sacred Heart makes it 4-0. Let's see, we've got a legal procedure here on Mitty. Seeing something I haven't seen before. It looks like the players' sticks are locked together, actually. Don't know how that happened, but they called a legal procedure on Mitty. I think Mitty face-off person moved early and before the ref blew the whistle. So Sacred Heart will take possession. 5:42 in the first, 4-0. Sacred Heart is 12-3 on the year, with all 3 of their losses being to a rival, St. Ignatius. And the teams, if they continue to each advance in these WCAL playoffs, would meet again later this week. That's Blake Hetherington, a freshman, passing to a fellow freshman, Ian Dykes. Ian Dykes gets it behind to Kai Lockton. They'll reverse it back to Billy, send it behind again, and they'll set up their offense. I wouldn't be surprised if Sacred Heart takes their time on some possessions today. They beat this team pretty handily earlier in the year. Blake Hetherington dodging, rolls back to Baller, who hits Ian Dykes, who's going to dodge and initiate from the wing. He looks, doesn't see the angle that he likes, hits behind. Billy Barnes got the ball, he's dodging, head up, misses the cage high, and Ian Dykes backs it up. Sacred Heart will retain possession. A lot of coaches give the player the green light to dodge from here. We'll see if Dykes attacks the cage. But this is something that coaches like generally. Here's Dykes. Dykes to Lockton for a goal. Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Kai Lockton. Assist by number 25, Ian Dykes. Again, so in a dead ball situation like this, the coaches usually give the guy the green light to attack the goal. Dykes does. He draws the slide, so it's hard for Dykes to score in that position, but he did the right thing. He kept his head up, found the open man, a cutter, number 12, Kai Lockton, on the backside. So the slide usually, that's where the slide comes from, off in the backside of the goal, and that is often where the open man is if someone is open. Back to the face-off square. Mitty picks that up. They're now ahead 3-2 on face-offs. An aggressive ride back. I think Max Sloat might have checked it out of his stick. JP Underwood picks it up, knocked down. Heads-up play there by Paul Barton, headed to North Carolina to play next year on a team that made it to the Final Four this year. Off to Beck Anderson, who's going to be heading to Duke to play, another team in the Final Four. Anderson passes it to Kai Lockton, hits the goalie, third save by the Mitty goalie. Lockton picks up the ground ball. His head is up. And they're going to initiate again. That's a new player in for Sacred Heart, Luke Scheibel, number 33, sophomore midfielder. They're subbing now. This is another sophomore coming in, number 11, Mitchell Taylor. So you generally run your first midfield line, your top three midfielders. Generally, some teams will run them 100% of the time, but Sacred Heart likes to probably be at the 60, 70% of the time. So this is now the second midfield line in. Scheibel, Taylor, and Garlinghouse. Billy Barnes falls down, keeps possession, holds up, gets to the middle, looks, hits Taylor. Taylor back to Garlinghouse, who gets to the inside. Shot, which is deflected behind, backed up by Scheibel. Sacred Heart will retain possession. Again, this is where some teams will give this guy the green light to dodge. I think Sacred Heart wants to spin it around one time. So this will be Max Sloat taking his defender behind. Expect to see Sloat attack here. He does. Looks backside to Lockton. Lockton's angle had just gotten a little too narrow. Scheibel takes it and puts it in with his left-handed. Sacred Heart goal by number 33, Luke Scheibel. Going to look at this replay to see if it was assisted. It looks like locked. Well, he had to dodge, so they wouldn't call that an assist, but a nice pass. And Scheibel, again, with his offhand, not an easy shot, a little harder angle, but puts it in and looked like it rattled around the cage before going in. So Sacred Heart up 6-0, 2:47 left in the first. Van Dyke pulls it out behind him, draws it back, gets the face-off win. Some pressure there. Sacred Heart has two long poles on the wing on the face-off. One of them, John Carter, has the ball now. He brings it down, throws a fake, and gets the goal. Sacred Heart goal by number 10, John Carter. So John does a really nice job of the wing coming and getting the ball. He's leading the break. He throws that fake to the point, which the defense went for and slid to the point on the fake, and that left a pretty wide corridor for John Carter to slide down. I think that is his third goal of the year. And we're back to the face-off square. Ken Van Dyke pulls it out. He's now got his fourth face-off win against 3 losses. Over to JP Underwood, who hits John Carter. Let's see if he goes for it again. Oh, he's got that fake. He's really good at that fake. I think they called a ward there on Sacred Heart. A ward is when you extend your free hand to create space. And I think John might have used his free hand there to create some space. That's called a ward. And if you have possession, it just turns the ball over to the other side. 2 minutes left in the first. Nice look upfield by the goalie. Good pickup by 25 for the Monarchs. He's trying to get it to a teammate in that box. They still have not touched it in the box, and they call failure to advance. So you have 10 seconds to get it in that box, and they just missed by about a second. So Sacred Heart will get the ball. That's Paul Barton throwing up to Beck Anderson. Nice hit by 49. Clean hit for Mitty. JP Underwood getting over to Eric Baller, who brings it down. Save, fine save by the Monarch goalie. It's his fourth of the first period. He's playing well. Sacred Heart's been getting some good looks. Got 7 goals, but also 4 saves by the Monarch goalie. Sacred Heart back in this soft ride where now Billy Barnes is going to pressure the goalie. Goalie makes the right pass to the open defender. And again, the Monarchs will have 10 seconds to get it in. JP's trying to keep him out. 23 for Mitty gets through. Puts a shot on goal, and it goes in. Monarchs goal by number 23, unassisted. So again, you got some aggressive on-ball defense, and 23 gets a step. I think got a step and slide. It was just a little late coming over. It didn't really look beat, and slide was just a little late coming. 23 put a good shot on the goal to make it 7-1. Back to the circle. William Van Dyke hits Billy Barnes on the point. Oh, back to Van Dyke. I think Billy wanted his friend William to get a goal there. Hits a defender on the way to the goal. Loose ball. Cab Williams is going to pick it up for Sacred Heart. Facing some heavy pressure. Don't think it's been touched in the box yet. And they're still counting. So, all right, Billy Barnes checks it in. Billy gets inside, just misses the cage. Backed up by Kai Lockton. Sacred Heart will retain possession. 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 7-1. See if Sacred Heart goes for one shot. There's Dykes from Sloat. Another save. So good look by Sloat to the cutting Dykes. Another good save by the goalie. That's 5 in the period for the Monarchs goalie. Little head fake there by the Monarchs defender. Nice play. He's looking for an open man. Decides to put it on cage as time runs out. Smart play, but a pretty easy save there by Brody Tawil in goal for Sacred Heart. At the end of the first, it is 7-1. Real quick statistics here. Face-offs 5-3 favoring Sacred Heart in the first period. In terms of saves, Monarchs 5 saves, 1 for Sacred Heart. Both teams have both timeouts left. In terms of statistics, we have Sacred Heart, Max Sloat 2 goals, Kai Lockton 2 goals, Luke Scheibel with 1, John Carter with 1, Billy Barnes with 1, to go with 1 assist for Barnes and 1 assist for Ian Dykes. I think we'll take a little bit of a break right now and wait for the start of the second. And we're back to start the second quarter. 7-1, Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart's doing something they've done a lot of this year, which is putting 2 long sticks on the wings. When you've got 2 long sticks like John Carter and Cab Williams, you can do that. Here comes Van Dyke down to Barnes. Barnes Oh, intercepted by number 7. We called his number a couple times today on defense. He's looks like a fine defender for the Monarchs. They're going to bring it up. Got 20 seconds to get the ball across midfield. They find nice clear, find the open player. Number 23. Gets it behind, guarded by Paul Barton, again heading to UNC to join his sister. She's on the lacrosse team that made it to the Final Four. Paul takes a shot. Sorry. Here comes 12 attacking. He's got his head up, looks backside. The play was there. Just a tougher handle off Monarchs. Sacred Heart will take possession. Key thing that player did in that situation, which was you love to see, that should be a penalty on Monarchs for not giving him 5 yards, but the refs did not call it. Back, nice look to Cav Williams. Neither Cav nor Kai Lockton could come up with it. Kai gets it now. Moves the ball to Beck Anderson. Out to Barnes, who's probably going to pass it over here to Dykes. Ian Dykes going to attack from the wing. Head up. Hits it behind. Cav Williams doing something he's probably going to get called off. He's when a defender's on offense like number 7 is right now, usually you give him, there he goes. You give him one look at the goal, give him a chance if he hustles downfield like that, but then you sub out and you get your midfielder, your offensive midfielder in, who's Eric Baller, who's attacking. Puts it in his left. Tries to get it behind. Oh, they did call it. So they did call the penalty that I was talking about earlier. Penalty will be on the Monarchs. Player did not give the Sacred Heart player 5 yards of distance on the restart over on this sideline. Sacred Heart will be man up, 30-second technical. That's right here. So that was a penalty. They're doing quick restarts now, and so the defender has to give the player 5 yards when the play is restarted, and the Monarch player was right on top of the Sacred Heart player, and so refs made the right call there. Sacred Heart's man up, so they're 6-on-5 right now. Barnes to Ian Dice, who rips one, just catches the corner. A little unlucky there. Ian's going to get this ball back, though, and keeps his head up. He sees, tough pass. Barnes was open. Just a little off target, and this will be Monarch ball. Penalty looks like it is released. We're probably all even. That was a 30-second penalty. All even. Loose ball. John Carter looks like it's going to get called. Hold, loose ball hold on Sacred Heart. Monarchs possession. Mitty's initiating, looks across. Nice check by J.P. Underwood. And that's a pass. So Ryan McJanet for Sacred Heart will pick it up to clear the ball. Nice check there by J.P. Underwood. There was they tried to feed the crease. And if you're a defenseman, you're taught check sticks. So just bring your hands down on their hands. Don't let them catch that ball. And then it scooted through for Sacred Heart possession. They're running a little something different here. Number 13 for Sacred Heart staying in on offense. That's Beck Anderson. And now he's running off. He's a short stick D mid. He plays a lot of defense, an excellent defender, but doesn't play a lot of offense. So they're subbing him out and bringing in Eric Baller. Ooh. Billy passes off. Billy Barnes throws the pass away. That's an over and back call. So we saw something earlier that was similar, but not a penalty. This one was a penalty because Sacred Heart had gotten the ball across and into the box. So when you bring it back over the line, like in basketball, that's called over and back. That's a turnover and a change of possession. Here's Mitty attacking, covered by Blake Hetherington, a freshman, trying to force the guy down the side. He does it. Mitty player was trying to do a skip pass across the crease. Threw it a little high. This will be Sacred Heart ball. I think the Mitty player thought it might have been deflected. I didn't see it. So it'll be Sacred Heart ball. 8:06 to go in the second. Still 7-1. No scoring here in the second period. John Carter bringing it up. Finds Will Garlinghouse. Over to JP Underwood. Sees a streaking Blake Hetherington. Passes it over to Kai Lockton for the goal. Real heads-up play there. Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Kai Lockton, his third of the day. Assist by number 30, Blake Hetherington. Got a really nice play there by number 30, Blake Hetherington. So JP Underwood, and look at that hustle by 30. He streaks down the sideline and then finds the open player on the backside. Again, a really nice play, unselfish play. He probably could have taken a rip at the goal there, but saw the better, higher percentage shot on the backside and found Kai Lockton for Kai's third goal of the day. Back to the faceoff circle. Mitty got the clamp, but Sacred Heart comes up with the ground ball. Paul Barton to Cav Williams streaking down the field. Cav over to Billy, back to Cav. Oh, fine save. That was some nice teamwork there. They're going to call Van Dyke. Interference on Sacred Heart. Loose ball. Monarch will take possession. So William Van Dyke was hustling there, trying to create some space for his teammate, but you can't knock someone off the ball more than 5 yards from the ball, and so they called interference. Good ride here by Max Sloat. He's going to pick it up and go. I think he's got probably likes this situation, good time to attack. And he's getting into the middle of the field here, trying to get his hands free. Passes it off to Baller. Baller behind to Lockton. 7 minutes to go. Sacred Heart spinning it around, taking their time. This is Luke Scheibel, who had a goal earlier today. Passing off to Mitchell Taylor. This is the second midfield line in for Sacred Heart. Back to Taylor. One of the stories for this year has just been the emergence of the freshmen and sophomores for Sacred Heart. This is Scheibel down the sideline. Hitting behind the Barnes. There's a flag. Oh, Max Sloat goes behind the back. Misses the cage. Backed up by Scheibel. Let's see the call. Sacred Heart will be man up. Looks like still waiting on the call. A legal procedure on the Monarchs. Sacred Heart will be man up. 30-second technical. Okay, not entirely clear. Didn't see the signal, but think it looked like a legal procedure. Sacred Heart will be man up. 30 seconds. Moving around. Sacred Heart's starting out in a 1-3-2. Now there's some cutting action into a 1-4-1. Sloat with the ball over to Barnes. Moving it around one more time. And then more cutting. Sloat carries up, finds Baller. Baller just misses the cage. Penalty shall be released very soon. Sacred Heart's probably got 5-10 seconds here. And here comes the penalty released. We're all even. Barnes steps up and puts it in. Sacred Heart goal by number 6, Billy Barnes, his second of the day. Assist by number 12, Kai Lockton, his second assist of the day. So there's still, right as man up is winding down, I think the penalty had just been released out of the box, and that's actually one of the most dangerous times because the defense maybe lets up just a little bit. Lockton passes it across to Barnes, who rips it from pretty far downtown into the top corner. Makes it 9-1. Again, that is what a college coach would tell you is the most dangerous time on man down, right the last 5 seconds of the man down. Actually, the player had been released from the box, so probably technically even, but a lot of defenses just let up just a hair, and that is a good time as an offensive player to attack. Sacred Heart is going to be, I think think we're going to get an offsides call, but the refs are going to talk it over for a second. So I think Sacred Heart. Offside on Sacred Heart. Monarch ball. So Sacred Heart just had one too many players go over. They did not have enough players back. So the Monarchs will get the ball. They touch it in the box. Offensive player covered by 18, Paul Barton. Over to JP Underwood. Had an older brother that played in the Sacred Heart program and actually went on to play at Marquette as a face-off person. Ryan McJanet's on the ball, helped out by Paul Barton. Actually, a good look there by the Monarchs. Just didn't handle it. Beck Anderson comes up with the ground ball, looks upfield to JP Underwood. There's number 7 again. I kind of like how number 7 plays as a defender for Mitty. Good check there by Underwood. Well, that's going to be a push. Yep. Loose ball push on Mitty. Sacred Heart ball. So I got push from behind. And here comes John Carter on the attack. Gets it to Barnes. Barnes back to Carter. A little behind him. Max Sloat comes up with the ground ball. He's got his head up. Thought about going to the goal, but then set up the offense. Getting their offensive player on. John Carter goes back. Will Garlinghouse comes over. Billy from behind. He's going to initiate the dodge. Inside roll. He's keeping his head up. Looking for a cutter. He's got someone on the backside. I don't think he saw him. He takes a shot. Off cage. Kai Lockton will pick it up and go from behind. 9-1, 4 minutes left. It's probably going to be a trip here. Lockton was initiating from behind. Got tripped by the Mitty player. Trip on Mitty. 1 minute. Sacred Heart will be man up. Again, Sacred Heart gets their man up unit in. Mitty's got their 5th player a little slow to get on. Here he comes. Another setting up. Looks like they're on defense. They're in a box with 4-person box. 1 person shutting off the middle. Sacred Heart runs a play. Oh, good rip there by Ian Dykes. I think it's the second time he's had a good shot that's just hit the pipe, the goal, and bounce out. Here's number 7 trying to clear the ball. Sloat uses his height and his reach to pick that one off. He's got his head up. He's looking. He sees on the backside. Eric Baller from Max Sloat for the 10th goal of the game for Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Kai Lockton, his 4th of the day. Assist by number 15, Max Sloat, his 2nd assist. So again, you can see Sloat with his head up. He looked at Baller and then saw Kai Lockton open on the backside. Kai makes a nice catch, shoots it low, puts it in the back of the net. His 4th of the day. There goes Van Dyke on the face-off, running down. He's got his head up. He's going to, fakes, hits Lockton. Lockton over to Barnes. Barnes puts it in. So really fine job there by William Van Dyke to push that face-off forward and create a fast break. Sacred Heart goal by number 6, Billy Barnes, his 3rd of the day. Assist by number 12, Kai Lockton, his 3rd of the day. So Van Dyke, it's one thing to win a face-off. It's another to win it forward like he did. Create a fast break. That fake froze the defender, which allowed allowed Mitty to get Sacred Heart to get that good look. Van Dyke wins the face-off again. Finds John Carter. Face-offs have been all. Back to Cav Williams spinning. Taken away. So there's a little backstory to that one. Cav Williams, with that goal, I think would have become Sacred Heart's all-time goal scorer leader as a defender. So you could tell they were looking for him a little bit. I think Billy Barnes tried to find him on the crease there. Cav had a couple of good looks at it and then a fine save. But I think you're going to see the defenders here pushing it a little bit more and taking it to the goal. John Carter with this one. Finds Max Sloat. Mac draws. Finds Billy Barnes. Oh, misses the cage. Great look by Max there. Billy just missed the cage. But a really good look. I wouldn't be surprised if Max is thinking you owe me one, Billy. So next time down, I think you might see Billy looking for Max. Will Garlinghouse here up top. Will Garlinghouse will be heading off to Princeton next year. Will's a water polo player, one of 3 water polo players from Sacred Heart going to Princeton next year. Will takes a good run at it. Either a save or hit the side of the goal. We got a flag down on the play. Offsides on Archbishop Mitty. Sacred Heart will be man up. So Mitty stepped off sides there, and Sacred Heart will be man up again. 2 minutes to go, 11-1. Generally on man up, you want to put your best shooters and your best stick handlers in, best passers. And you generally want to have 1 or 2 lefties out there to take those shots from the upper left-hand side. That's Max Sloat there with the ball. He sees, looks across to Blake Hetherington, who misses the cage. Nice look. 1:37 left in the half. 11-1. That was a save. Nice shot. Nice save by the goalie. 8th save of the day by the Monarch goalie. And we are all even. All even. Penalty's been released. Back to 6-on-6. So Ian Dykes has the long stick. Generally, you're allowed 4 long sticks on defense. Here comes the slide. Generally want to attack on the short sticks. Barnes has got a short stick. Hetherington looks like they're going to set up Hetherington for a dodge on this side. Here he goes down the wing. He's got his head up. He's going to roll back. Hit Ian Dykes. He's going to send it over to Barnes, who will probably dodge from this side. Barnes gets down the side. Pass deflected by number 11 into number 4 stick. Sloat uses that long reach again to knock down another pass. 40 seconds left in the half. Pass is just off for Mitty as they're trying to clear. Sacred Heart will get one more chance at it here with about 30 seconds left in the first half. Pass over to Barton. He's immediately approached by a Monarch defender. He finds Dykes. He finds Barnes. 15 to go. It's going to be a good time for Max Sloat to dodge. Gets his hands free. Good bounce shot. Just missed cage. 10 seconds left. 11-1. Sacred Heart's going to get one more shot at it. Kai Lockton from behind. Again, there's always a time that coaches don't mind you initiating. He takes a shot. Misses. 3 seconds left. Sloat's either going to sprint and shoot or try to feed the crease here. 3 seconds left. There's the horn, and it goes in. And as long as the shot goes before the horn, it counts. So, looked to me like 5 years ago, that would not have been a goal because it had to go in before the horn. But they changed the rule. Sloat takes advantage of it and gets the goal. Sacred Heart goal by number 15, Max Sloat. His 3rd of the day. And again, I don't know if you'll be able to hear the horn at home, but he had about 3.5 seconds here. So he attacks the goal, gets his hands free, shoots, and just after he let it fly, the horn sounded, and it went in. And it counts. So we'll make it 12-1 here at halftime. And we'll do a quick summary of the first half of the scoring, face-offs, saves. Face-offs were Sacred Heart 9, Mitty 3 in the first half. Saves 8 for Mitty, 1 for Sacred Heart. Let's see, on the goal scoring side, we had 3 for Max Lote, 4 for Kai Lockton, 3 for Billy Barnes. We had a John Carter goal and a goal by Luke Scheibel to round out the scoring. For Mitty, number 23 has their lone goal. And about 3/4 of the goals for Sacred Heart have been assisted today. So Max Lote, number 15, has 2 assists. Billy Barnes has 1. Kai Lockton has 3. Ian Dykes has 1. And Blake Hetherington has 1. So I think we'll take a little bit of a break here at halftime. Let the players regroup, catch up, and we'll be back on here shortly. Thank you. right, we're back for the second half here at Pilotella Field at Sacred Heart in Atherton, California. 12-1. We've got William Van Dyke facing off for the Gators. And he wins it pretty clean. Brings it down. Finds Lockton at the point. They're going to set up their offense. Sacred Heart getting there. This is Dykes, Hetherington, and Garlinghouse in for Sacred Heart. It's senior day here at Sacred Heart. The seniors were honored before the game. Their families and siblings came out. Here comes Dykes attacking from the wing, gets to the center of the field, looks, finds Barnes, dodges inside, gets a step, and scores. We'll watch the replay here. That's Barnes with his fourth of the day. I think it was an assist by 25, Ian Dykes. Let's see, here's Dykes initiating, gets to the middle, has his hands free, hits Barnes, who dodges. I guess we'll call that unassisted because he had to make a move. That's the rule. If you have to make a move, it's not an assist. Sacred Heart goal by number 6, Billy Barnes, his fourth of the day. That makes it 13-1. Got Luke Scheibel facing off now for Sacred Heart. Mitty player loses a piece of equipment. Don't know what that call was, but they called a legal procedure call on Sacred Heart. Fine check by Cab Williams. Beck Anderson picks up the ball, steaming down on the break. Hits Lockton, who finds Barnes. Ooh, flips it over to Sloat. Off target. Good movement by Sacred Heart there. Just a little off on that last pass. All right, so Sacred Heart is going into a 10-man ride. I think this is something they're practicing, expecting to use it later. This is where you bring your goalie out and play a player. So basically no one should be open. Every player on the field should be covered, but at the risk of leaving your goal open. So Mitty finds an open player, brings it down, and Brody Tawil for Sacred Heart gets back in goal. Mitty has not touched it in the box yet, and they're going to need to do it quickly. And they check it away. Cab Williams leading the break. He's got John Carter. John's got the ball. John over to Billy. Billy to Kai Lockton. Sacred Heart goal by number 12, Kai Lockton, his fifth of the day. Assist by number 6, Billy Barnes, his second of the day. So here's Williams down, hits Carter on the point. He makes the right pass to Barnes, who flicks it over to Lockton, turns and shoots. And that is why transition goals are they are great, because you don't wear yourself out. And if you can get it in transition, it's very hard for the defense to stop when you have a man advantage. Here's Scheibel on the faceoff. He wins it with Ryan McJanet picking up the loose ball. He sets the box, touches the box, gives it to Sloat, and it's going to run off to get in their offensive players. So we've got Garlinghouse, Taylor, and Hetherington in for Sacred Heart. At the midfield line, Sloat, Barnes, and Lockton in at attack. 14-1, 8:38 to go in the third. Here comes Taylor initiating the dodge. Forced down the alley, keeps his head up, gets it behind to Barnes, over to Lockton. Lockton feeds Garlinghouse. Loose ball scramble here. 7 picks it up for the Monarchs, keeping his head up. Sacred Heart has a lot of experienced players out there. At least 6 of the seniors are heading off to play lacrosse at the D1 level in college. And I just don't think Mitty has as many experienced players, but one player that has stood out here is number 7 on the defensive end. Plays some very fine defense. John Carter here comes up with the pass. Gets it over to Hetherington. Gets it over to Sloat, who's going to set the box. Sloat looking for Anderson, knocked down by 7 again. And 7 comes up with the ground ball. Again, he just seems to be around the ball a lot for the Monarchs today. Been calling out his number a lot. Looks like a good player. And they're going to need to touch this ball in the box within that 10-second framework, or they're going to turn it over. The refs are counting it out, and they are just about out of time. So out of bounds. Sacred Heart will get the ball. Ryan McJanet looks upfield to JP Underwood. JP goes to Billy Barnes. Billy feeds JP. Oh, puts it on the goal. Fine save by the Mitty goalie. His 9th of the day. I think you're just seeing a lot of good passing by Sacred Heart today. Always trying to find the open person, especially when you see a defender who works hard like that to bring the ball over. Attackmen, midfielders want to reward him. Here comes Hetherington, initiating from behind. Dodges, lefty, gets his hands free, heads up, finds Barnes, who puts it in. Sacred Heart goal by number 6, Billy Barnes, his 5th of the day. Assist by number 30, Blake Hetherington, his 2nd assist of the day. Yes. So again, Hetherington initiates from behind, keeps his head up. He first looks at Lockton. Billy makes a nice cut there. Has it on the doorstep. Little sidearm action and into the back of the net. Good job by Hetherington to get his hands free and use his offhand. He's a righty, but he uses lefty to make that pass. Find the open person. Here's Van Dyke back after Scheibel took a few face-offs. Van Dyke is back. The result is the same. Sacred Heart win on the face-off. Will looks over to Paul Barton, who's going to take a rip at it. Oh, and looked like a save there. Good rip by Barton. Picked up by Cav Williams. And again, I think the attack, they are really looking for these defenders today. This is senior day, and I think they are looking for their teammates and pals they've been playing with for many years. Defenders usually don't get that many opportunities to score, and the attackers certainly looking for them today when they're open. Garlinghouse here, the senior, on the wing. Hits Barnes behind. Barnes looks up to Scheibel, just off. Sacred Heart does not come up with the ground ball, and Monarchs will get it with 4:43 left in the third, 15-1. JP Underwood on the ball. Monarchs are dodging. Defended by Luke Scheibel. Here comes the slide by Underwood. '99 dodging from behind. Draws the slide from Scheibel. Barton does a good job when the slide comes. He slides back to the middle. Tries to find a new person to cover. It's number 2 initiating skip pass across the field to number 23. Guarded by Ryan McJanet. Back to 12 to dodge on Scheibel. Looks like a lefty here dodging. He wants to get to his left hand. Scheibel does a nice job forcing him to his right, but he comes back left. Shoots wide of the cage. John Carter on the defense now. 3:39. Takeaway check there by Carter. Ground ball here. Good scrap here for the ground ball. Picked up by Paul Barton. Paul's got some wheels. He may run this out, and he does. Gets it over to Lockton. Sacred Heart looking to see if someone's open. If not, going to set up the offense. Lockton kicks it out to the freshman, Ian Dykes. Beck Anderson, the senior, heading off to Duke. He's going to run off. Scheibel's going to join him. Coming in is the junior Eric Baller. And the freshman Blake Hetherington. So Dykes has the long stick, so he's generally going to pass it off to the wing, try to get to someone guarded by a short stick. Ballard draws the slide. He reverses it over to Barnes, who's going to dodge. He's keeping his head up, bangs it behind. Here's Sloat attacking. Try the other side now. Over to Baller. He's dodging back into traffic. Sacred Heart's going to set it up again. Lockton to Baller to Barnes. Barnes going to have a run at it. Passes it back to Dykes. Good pass over to Hetherington. Good movement here by Sacred Heart. Sloat lets one rip. Just off the cage. Backed up by Lockton. They will try again here with 1:46 left. We're at the running clock situation now with a 12 goal lead in the second half. They'll go running clock. So 15-1. About a minute 30 left in the third. Barnes initiating from the wing. Passing behind to Lockton. Lockton feeds a cutting Ian Dykes.
Go, buddy.
Just can't pick it up. There's number 7. Checked away by Sloat. Sloat's got his head up. You always look to attack there quickly. If it's not there, you slow it down, which he does. Hetherington over to Barnes. Covered by the long stick. Again, Sacred Heart's looking to attack the short stick D middies here, which Hetherington does. Over to Ian Dykes. Ian gets his hands free. Misses the cage. Lockton backs up. We're under a minute now in the third quarter. 15-1. And Lockton dodging. Lockton's having quite a day today. At least 5 goals. Here comes Eric Baller, who's one of Sacred Heart's leading scorers. Hasn't been in the book too much today. He flips it back to Ian Dykes. Here comes Sloat. Sloat with a bouncer off cage. 10 seconds left. Sacred Heart is just under 10 seconds. Feeds Ian Dykes. Gets his hands free in the middle and sticks it. And that's the end of the quarter. Sacred Heart goal by number 25, Ian Dykes. So here comes Dykes, and he did a nice job at getting to the middle, fighting through a lot of stick checks, and put it in the back of the net right before the end of the quarter for his first goal of the day to go with his 1 assist. And for all you folks out there wondering how you stop someone like that coming downhill, I think a coach would tell you you're going to have a hard time stopping someone that big and that strong with just your stick. You're going to need to move your body in front of them. And that's something that easier said than done, but that is the way you slow down. You have to try to stop someone coming that fast from a wing. Is you got to put a body in front of them. They're going to run through your stick. Here we are. It's 16-1 at the end of the third. We're in a running clock situation, and we'll be back to start the fourth quarter very shortly. It's great to be there. Back to start the fourth quarter. You got Scheibel facing off for Sacred Heart. He wins the clamp, and that's John Carter coming up with the ground ball. Sacred Heart has just dominated at the face-off circle. They've won every face-off since the first quarter.
It was remarkable. I should stop. I'm a loon. Talking about, I know, this is whatever the joke. I'm going again.
So in for Sacred Heart, there's Will Garlinghouse. Passing off to some new players. So we've got number 28, a freshman, Alex Shen in. That's number 4. Colin Fitzpatrick, a senior here on senior day, off to 17. Sean Liss, also a senior here on senior day. Here's Shen initiating from behind. And Alex gets a goal. Sacred Heart goal by number 28, Alex Shen. Good dodge from behind there. Shen gets the ball. He gets topside, beats his man, gets above the goal line extended, turns and fires. That's a goal you see happen a lot more than maybe 10 years ago when the sticks didn't have the same amount of hold in it. So that's a hard shot to make when you're running away from the goal, but he put it on the cage and it slipped by the goalie. 17-1. Back to the face-off circle. Scrap for the ball, and John Carter comes up with it. John tries to find Scheibel. Picked up by number 5, Matthew Kim, also a senior here on senior day. I think we're going to see a lot of seniors playing in the fourth quarter. In for Sacred Heart, number 5, Matthew Kim. In for Sacred Heart, a senior, number 17, Sean Liss. And a senior, number 4, Connor Fitzpatrick. Here's Matthew Kim from behind, a senior, who's had a couple of 2-goal games this year for Sacred Heart. He's going to get a chance to initiate, try to get topside. Passes it off to his classmate, Will Garlinghouse, who puts it in. Sacred Heart goal by number 22, the senior, Will Garlinghouse. Assist by number 5, Matthew Kim. So there we go. Matthew Kim was trying. He definitely one of his last games, looking to go to the goal, but did the right thing. He didn't have an avenue to the goal. Kept his head up. Saw a cutting classmate of his, number 22, Will Garlinghouse. Find him. Will made a nice dodge and put it on the cage. Here's another face-off win for Sacred Heart. William Van Dyke pulls it back to Cav Williams. Cav puts it in his left hand. Cav hits Alex Shen. In goal for Sacred Heart, number 23, the senior, Brody Tawil. In on offense for Sacred Heart, number 13, Beck Anderson, a senior. Oh. And the goal by number 13, the senior, Beck Anderson. Assist by number 11, Mitchell Taylor. So Mitchell Taylor does a good job. He's thinking about going to the buddy. Beck Anderson, normally more of a defensive player for Sacred Heart, but getting an opportunity. He's a very talented lacrosse player, getting an opportunity to play on offense. Makes a nice cut, shoots it low and away for the goal. Make it 19-1. 6.5 minutes left. The legal procedure on Sacred Heart. Monarch ball. Monarchs, they're going to call a slash on Sacred Heart. Be a slash on Sacred Heart. Monarchs will be man up.
Let's go, Mitty.
So I think this will be the first time Sacred Heart has been man down today. See what the Monarchs can do here. Just under 6 minutes. 19-1 is the score. In for Sacred Heart, number 3, Anthony Noto. In for Sacred Heart, number 40, Brennan Fitzpatrick. Number 26, Timmy Donatello. Number 32, Carter Kling. And it's a good look up top. I'm doing double duty today as the PA announcer, so missed some of that dialogue here, but Monarchs will have the ball behind. Still man up. 1 minute on the slash. Ryan McJanet gets a stick in the lane. Nice job keeping the pressure up. Monarchs will reset on man up. Moving the ball around. Sacred Heart is in a box and one where there are 4 players on the outside and they're locking off the crease person. Good movement here by the Monarchs. Trying to find, there's the skip pass. Just offline, and the player coming out of the box for Sacred Heart is Connor Fitzpatrick. He picked up the ball, looked back just offline to his teammate Alex Shen. It'll be Monarch ball. All even. Just off target on the clear. Sacred Heart will get possession. Just under 4 minutes now in the game. Ryan McJanet with the ball. Back to his classmate Brody Tawil. He looks upfield to Anthony Noto. Nice face dodge. Anthony from a very athletic family. A number of siblings play college sports. Back to Noto. Tries to sneak one in. Just offline. And a nice check by number 7 for Mitty. Off of Sacred Heart, Mitty ball. They're going to try to clear. It's the 11th save of the day by the Mitty goalie. Good clear. Again, they'll have 10 seconds to touch it in, and the player does. Touches it in the corner of the box, number 4, to set the box. 3 minutes left. Mitty's going to try to double their goal total here by trying to get one in on Sacred Heart. Ball's behind here. This is a freshman, Timmy Donatello, on defense. Again, one of the very encouraging things this year from having, just due to COVID, a lot of players playing other sports. Sacred Heart just had one team, a varsity squad, as opposed to varsity and JV. But big advantage is a lot of younger players got to get coached by Chris Rotella this year, got to see the older players play and get into a number of games. And so it's been a great experience. I think probably better than anyone could have expected. That's Alex Shen with the ball, stripped by number 30 for the Monarchs. Carter Kling with the ground ball for Sacred Heart. Kicks it behind to Matthew Kim, who finds Sean Liss. Those are two seniors here on Senior Day connecting for the goal. Sacred Heart goal by number 17, the senior, Sean Liss. Assist by number 5, the senior, Matthew Kim. We got about a minute and a half left. I think Sacred Heart's going to try a new face-off player out here. This is number 3, Anthony Noto, a freshman. I think someone they have high hopes for here going forward. Is going to develop into a very good face-off player for Sacred Heart. Anthony wins that one, comes up with it. Checked out of his stick. Loose ball scrum. Mitty comes up with it. Number 3 sets the box, looking for someone to pass to. Finds his teammate, number 99. Covered by Timmy Donatella, number 26. 99 goes to the cage. Going to give Brody Tawil a save on that one. I think he got a piece of that. And we're down under 30 seconds here left in the game. Number 12 is going to attack. Nifty lefty we saw earlier today make a good move towards the cage. He's keeping his head up. Finds 99, another athletic player here. We saw make some good moves earlier for Mitty. Loose ball, hold on Sacred Heart, Mitty possession. And we're just about to wind down here, less than 10 seconds to play. And we get a goal by number 9, assist by number 12. And that will wrap it up. Mitty goal by number 9, assisted by number 12. Thank you everyone for coming today for the first round of the WCAL playoffs. Sacred Heart will advance to the semifinals and play again on Thursday, likely here at Palatella Field. Thank you everyone for coming today. So we'll wrap up our telecast. Final score 20-2. I think Sacred Heart got just what it wanted out of this. They were heavily favored coming in, had played earlier this year and had a similar score, but I think Sacred Heart wanted to make sure they got a lot of players in. They worked on some new offensive schemes. They got some work on their face-offs, works on their man-down unit. Want to get out of here healthy with no injuries and get a lot of people touching the ball and a lot of the younger guys in. And they were successful doing that. And most of all, it was senior day here, and Sacred Heart has 13 seniors graduating, which is one of their largest classes they have ever had. Roughly half are going to go off and play Division I in college, which is really incredible from a smaller school in Northern California. And just a lot of scoring from the seniors today. So thank you everyone for joining, and we hope you'll join us again later on in the playoffs, after the WCAL playoffs. For the first time I can recall in Northern California, we're going to actually have lacrosse done at the CCS level. So next week, after this week, hopefully we will have CCS playoffs where the WCAL and a number of other leagues from around Northern California will square off to decide the CCS champion. Thank you everyone today for joining us, and have a good rest of the day. Take care.